So I'm told it's important to create videos that show I'm a content expert. So here we go. Here's a list of things that I wish I had learned in medical school. Doxepin is FDA approved for the treatment of insomnia in geriatric patients. The thing is, it's hard to prescribe. The brand name Silanor, 3 to 6 milligrams of Doxepin, is very expensive. So you give it to it in the liquid form, or you just start them on the generic 10 milligrams. Lamotrigine works great for patients that are not responding to SSRIs for their symptoms, and a good indicator that perhaps major depressive disorder wasn't the right diagnosis all along. If you're going to use lamotrigine, get trained really well on how to do it because it's not as simple as an SSRI. Gabapentin works really great for some people as an as-needed anxiety medication. They just take it when they're having panic attacks. Not everyone, but it works well for some people. The folk remedies for restless leg syndrome work way better than they should, and it's batshit crazy. But sleeping with a bar of soap under the sheets, having a spoonful of mustard, or drinking pickle juice really helps a lot of people, and it makes me insane. We have research around what we used to call hypochondriasis or medical anxiety. We have research around how to help people with this condition, and following the protocols is very effective, and the patients really appreciate it. If the patient doesn't think their symptoms are caused by anxiety, it's probably not anxiety. And even sometimes when the patient thinks their symptoms are caused by anxiety, it's still not anxiety. Losing weight is not the best treatment for every patient. Losing weight often doesn't improve symptoms. But losing weight may be life-changing for the right patient, and it's important to learn and pay attention to who that patient is. I wish somebody taught me how to fill out FMLA and short-term disability paperwork. I wish that was part of my medical training. HIPAA was designed to protect patients from insurance companies, but once insurance companies get involved in a big way, patients often have to fill out paperwork waiving their HIPAA rights. Dermatology feels overwhelming. 95% of dermatology is inflammation, infection, or cancer. If you can separate whatever you're looking at into one of those three things, you have a treatment plan in front of you. The Beers list for geriatric patients is not a do not prescribe list. It is a have more caution when prescribing list. If you refuse to prescribe medications to geriatric patients on the Beers list, you may not be competent to treat geriatric patients. Some of those medications are vital and necessary for the well-being of some geriatric patients, but you need to understand the increased risk and you need to know how to mitigate that. If a patient has gonorrhea, you use ceftriaxone. If the patient has a penicillin allergy, you use ceftriaxone and you observe them. If you think you need to use something other than ceftriaxone, you're probably thinking too hard about it. And if you're trying to get your patient gentamicin for their gonorrhea, that's like an all-day project. There are oral medications for gonorrhea, but they don't work great, and you need to make sure you're testing for cure. I wish I learned more about aesthetic medicine, and I wish it was more legitimized. I've done a little bit of tretinoin for wrinkles and Botox and things like that. Patients are super excited about the care and super satisfied with the work that we do. And honestly, for some patients, it's life-changing. Giving patient Botox is way more satisfying than prescribing a statin. If you're going into primary care, you'll never know it all. Be excited to learn something new every damn day.